Hi, my name is Eden Bergler, and I'm a technology instructional facilitator with the Fort Smith School District, and am here to share a presentation with you on the Arkansas Computer Science Standards. Bear with me as I pull up the
Three, two, one.
Hi, my name is Eden Bergler, and I am a technology instructional facilitator with the Fort Smith Public Schools, and I'm happy to share a presentation with you today on the Arkansas Computer Science Standards. Why Arkansas and why computer science?
Hi, this is Governor Asa Hutchinson. Arkansas had an incredible first year for our computer science initiative, which made computer coding classes available to every high school student. As we move into our second year, we traveled across the state and asked teachers and students why you should take a computer science class. Here's what they had to say.
The thing that interested me in taking computer science was I knew that it would be a challenging course, and I like doing challenging things, and I also knew that I could take whatever I do in computer science and take it on with me to whatever career I want to pursue.
I like the problem solving, so I like first coming up with the idea and deciding what I want to do and then trying to do it, and then if something goes wrong, I like solving it because when it works, I like to see that I did something and I made it work, and I like knowing that I got there.
I've always been interested in computers and app development, and I enjoy figuring out how it works and learning how to make something myself.
I think it's really cool just learning like how to talk to a computer basically and get it to do what you want it to do.
I know that technology is becoming like so integrated into all students' lives, all people's lives everywhere, and I wanted to become part of this generation that's coding and making new codes and developing all this technology that's so essential to our lives. And I like that I can just learn something and have this skill with me for the rest of my life.
I like math and technology, and so whenever you use those two, you can create anything you want in computer science.
I like it because what you do is you can make basically almost anything.
We get to learn how to program apps and games, and you can learn how to create your own characters.
What's exciting is that it's engaging, it's hands-on, and the kids enjoy. I can see the kids thinking, I can see them trying to figure out puzzles. It makes me happy that they're engaged in the lesson.
I have had some aha moments from my students, and those are priceless.
I'm trying to make computer science accessible to every student, not just the kids who really enjoy computer science, but the ones who may have an interest or maybe just want something different.
Dr. Hall, who taught me last year, Algebra 2, he encouraged me to he knows that I really like creative things. I like to write and read and all that. He said the creative aspect of it he thought I'd really enjoy. And so I decided, I guess I'll take that class.
I would say that you should definitely take computer science. It's something, or just any programming course, anything that gets you into it, because this is something that we're going to be involved with throughout our whole lifetimes, especially this younger generation that's coming up in this world where technology is becoming more and more important.
I think if they really want to understand computers, if they like them, then they should really take the class because it helps just create an understanding with computers.
It's a very rewarding class where the effort you put in will not only be reflective in your grade, but you will feel good about what you do and the work you do.
And we're lucky to have the opportunity to get involved in this field.
For the student who wants to learn, who wants something different, who wants a challenge, who doesn't mind a challenge, this course is for them.
You need to sign up for this class because this is going to be a part of your world and a part of what you do.
Be part of history and join the Learn to Code movement as Arkansas continues leading the nation in computer science education. Remember, coding is for everyone. Ask your advisors today how you can sign up for computer science classes next year. Thanks for watching.
So computer science has been around for a long time, and the coding movement in Arkansas started a few years ago, and Governor Hutchinson decided that every high school in Arkansas would have a computer science course. This year, starting with the 2017 school year, the state adopted, actually is one of the first states in the nation to adopt K through 8 computer science standards. This work came out of a committee that he formed a couple of years ago to research and recommend computer science and technology courses and standards for the students in our state. So when people think about computer science, they really think about programming and coding, but computer science is more about computational thinking. When given a problem, can we solve it using the power of computers? So we use coding to teach that computational thinking. And the computer science for all, means that those standards are embedded within the K-8 curriculum. So computational thinking, this problem-solving process in any content area, the students think about the problem and how it can actually be solved using a computer. So they collect the data and analyze it. They decompose the data. They find patterns. They understand abstractions, develop algorithms, which is just basically writing directions, and then they build models. So when you think about this kind of computational thinking, if they're coding or programming something, they walk through all of these steps. So in Arkansas, yes, we do have mandated computer science standards. Do we have a mandated computer science curriculum? No. The Arkansas Department of Education has not made a recommendation about any kind of curriculum, but there are a couple of really good programs. Code Studio and Codable offer free computer science curriculum.
Three, two, one.
Do we have a mandated computer science curriculum? No, the Arkansas Department of Education has not made any recommendations about a computer science curriculum for K through 8. There are, when you get to high school, 9th through 12th grade, there are specific programs for AP computer science, but for the K through 8 embedded standards, the ADE has not mandated any curriculum for schools to use. But Code Studio at code.org and Codable are some excellent resources for computer science curriculum. So when we think about these standards, do we check the boxes or does it become a way of life for our students? Compliance versus culture. The intent of these computer science standards are to support what is already being done in the classroom. This is not an extra add-on program or add-on curriculum. They should be taught in an integrated manner, not in isolation. Integration of basic computer science skills and knowledge through practical classroom experiences promote connections to all subject areas into the real world. So I'm going to show you where you can find the computer science standards. They're on the ADE website, and they're vertically aligned across grade level bands. You'll be able to see that they were created or developed with this vertical learning in mind and developed with a detailed description of proficiency. So if you look at the content strands like collaboration or problem solving, you'll see how they build on each other. And then, like I mentioned before, they're developed to be integrated and not taught as isolated skills. So you wouldn't want to teach them independently in a computer lab. You would want to teach them within your writing or your math class. So I'll take you to the ADE website. And this is going to be a great resource for you regarding the Arkansas Computer Science Standards. Within the standards, they also give you resources. We'll look right here, for example, at the K4 Computer Science Standards. Within each strand, they'll have notes, and within those notes, they will offer suggestions on how to teach the strands. So if you scroll down a bit here to problem solving, here are the strands, data and information. And then right here are the notes. Examples are suggestions to guide the instructor, making sure that teachers do understand that, yes, they are to be embedded. If you'll look at the note here for kindergarten, basically when you think about problem solving strategies, the problem can be simple enough as just tying your shoes or how to get from your classroom to the cafeteria. Intentional vocabulary, like understanding what algorithm means, which is just following directions, is a great way to start students thinking about computer science and bringing up the words computational thinking. Let's think about this data and how are we going to analyze this problem. Using that intentional vocabulary is going to go a long way in embedding these standards in your curriculum. So I'm going to go back to the state website. And if you look here, there's also a coding block for grades 7 and 8. This is in addition to the computer science standards for grades 5 through 8. So there is actually a coding block within, could be a couple of different classes. It could be a career orientation class or an actual keyboarding or key code class where the school has the freedom to choose where they would like to teach this coding block for 7th and 8th graders. Like I said, that is in addition to the embedded standards for 7th and 8th grades, which are found here, the CS standards for grades 5 through 8. All right. So does our state have resources and support for implementation? This is a question that teachers ask. There are trainings at the educational co-ops. Also, your UFAS STEM Center there on campus has also provided trainings, computer science trainings to teachers in this area and pre-service teachers. Also, there are, like I mentioned on the ADU website, there are lots of resources. Let me show you where you can find that. This would be really interesting, especially as you continue your coursework. This would be a terrific resource for you all. Here are curriculum resources. This is for elementary. Resources is on the AD website. Apple Swift is really a popular iPad coding platform. Code.org is very popular. They started the Hour of Code initiative 5 years ago. And these are all other, I think Dr. Hanahan had mentioned Scratch, that you all had explored that as well. So lots and lots of resources here. This will take you right out to the code.org site. This particular platform has just so many resources on code.org. You could spend all of your time finding amazing resources here. To learn about, to teach. There are lots of projects. So all of those resources are here on the ADE site. If you look right over here on the right, there are also resources here for you. The state has hired a computer science specialist. There are 7 specialists in the state now. Teachers are also encouraged to take the computer science praxis, and that adds an endorsement on to your educational licensure. So that's a great something to think about, even though it's really early on, is that you can add additional endorsements to your license, and adding computer science would be a wonderful way to be able to enhance the teaching and learning. And also, what is it going to look like in your classrooms? So for kindergarten through 8th grade, the embedded standards, what that would look like would be intentional vocabulary. Like I mentioned, you might say, we're going to put on our computational thinking caps, or let's create an algorithm on how we're going to create this peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Looping just means doing something over and over, or you may say, let's debug this situation, which is finding the little problem. Wonderful lessons on code.org about the vocabulary. You can also use unplugged activities, pencil and paper, or some physical activities to teach directionality, exposing students to the Hour of Code, just giving them the opportunity to know that coding for kindergarteners, first graders, second graders is a thing. There are resources out there, especially sharing that with families, that will support the growth for those students. Here are specific coding sites. Scratch and Microbit use Python, which is a coding language. There are coding toys like a Beebot, a Sphero, or Dash and Dot. These are actually robots that students can program to do different things. 3D printers have found their way into elementary classrooms. They've been around in the business world for a long time. High schools have had 3D printers now for probably the past 5 to 7 years. Now they're really affordable for elementary schools, and students create prints, which are actually code that they send to 3D printers to print things. Ozobots are fabulous little programmable robots. And then this is a great resource, sample lessons and content integration. So if you teach 6th grade math, you can click on this link and we'll take you to a wonderful article and give you specific lessons on how to introduce computational thinking. Scroll right down here to your students. And the last thing is a Google free online course on integrating computational thinking into the classroom. This is a wonderful resource. Motherfucker. Really?
Say good morning. Mommy doesn't like mornings, but oh, your teethy hurt. Do the raspberry day I taught you. Say good morning. Mommy doesn't like mornings, but this is as close to a private lesson with me as you can get. A good way to practice your first serve and make it flat is to pronate more.